Okay, hi everybody. Today we're recording the speaking session of our favorite and of our favorite student Katya, who has recently taken her IELTS and passed it very successfully with flying colors. And we want for you to get the idea of what seven, especially like not just the usual seven, right? The amazing seven for speaking, sounds like. Yeah, because it was a long journey, and Katya turned into a seasoned IELTS soldier with impeccable speaking skills. And I'm not talking just about ideas. I'm not talking just about the pool of ideas. I'm talking about the language skills that she managed to she managed to learn and to incorporate in her speaking performance naturally and very in a natural way. So Katya, hi.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I hope that it's gonna be a very pleasant walk down the memory lane.
Uh, Today it's more pleasant
Uh-huh.
than
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Especially given the fact that right now IELTS is not your problem anymore. Yeah,
No, no.
and never will it be a problem, at
I
least
hope so.
in the near
Never
future.
say never.
Yeah, but we will keep our fingers crossed, right? So that you will never have to experience the same thing again. But you'll never experience the same thing again, especially the fact that you have progressed so much, you have learned so much, you have developed so much that 6.5 for speaking is no longer a problem anymore. Yeah, you have seven and it is unshakable. Yeah, it's unshakable. Okay, yeah, but today we are practicing the whole exam, the whole speaking exam. And Katya has a very vivid memory of your previous speaking exam, right? And she shared the questions that she got during her actual exam, right? For the first part, for the second part, and for the third part. So we're gonna all go over the same script, so you get the idea what the actual questions in IELTS speaking look like, right? Yep, and just to let Katya off the hook because she's had enough already. She had enough already.
Finally, I can enjoy from the speaking session of ours.
Yeah. Mhm. Okay. So yeah, let's do this. Okay. So tell me about your home city.
Um, I came from approximately small city, very family oriented and like sleepy neighborhood. But what I like the most about my city, it's just the 10 minutes drive. It's from the big bustling city, that you can find 24/7 activity.
Okay. And is there something special that you learned about your home city while studying at school?
And to tell you the truth, I moved to the city after my school graduation, so I didn't learn in school in this country. But what I know about my city is that it's kids oriented, so many families strive to live there because they have a lot of activity for kids, theme parks, theaters. This is something special.
Okay. So did you learn to draw when you were a child?
Um, Actually, not something special, just within my school curriculum. I didn't have any special aptitudes about drawing, so this is it.
I see. So do you like art?
I'm not a big fan of art, so visiting new places, it's won't be my first place I'll go to see. I prefer to see more maybe architecture and not museums.
Okay. So will you learn art in the future?
No, I don't think so. I don't find it very appealing for me, so I don't think so.
Okay. And when did you have your first cell phone?
Wow, my first cell phone, I remember I bought my first cell phone like 20, maybe more years ago. It was simple Nokia. It wasn't a smartphone. I used to use it just for calls and messages. And I remember that what I liked the most is a snake game that I used to play everywhere.
Mm-hmm. I see. I see. Okay. So now we're going to move to part two. Here is your cue card. Katya, do you need some time to prepare, to collect your thoughts, to gather your
No,
ideas?
go ahead.
No? Okay. Okay. So describe a time when you organized a happy event successfully. You should speak it like for 2 minutes, yeah, until I stop you, until I interrupt you, please.
Okay, so I'm going to speak about event which was actually a surprise birthday party for my husband when he celebrated his 30. I rented a yacht and invited over all our friends, all of our friends to be there. So my part was to bring him there, and um, when we came to the marine, so he started to suspect something, and finally we've got to the yacht. It was a big catamaran, and the first time he told me that, oh, I wish my our friends would be here. So exactly by that point, all the friends came out from the cabin, uh, which actually by the time we arrived to the yacht, they had already been there, and they just waited for us. And then they came out with congrats and happy birthday. So we had a very fine time together. After the sailing was about 3 or 4 hours. We came back and we headed to our home, where I was prepared with the big cake, and we had actually a fine time together. Um, we used to play board games. And to crack jokes. It was a very successful event that I organized in my life.
Okay, okay, thank you. Are you planning on organizing some happy events in the nearest future?
Not something that seems to be so close. I don't like to organize events, to tell you the truth. It was the one and the only event that I organized by myself.
I see, I see. Okay, okay. So how parents can teach their children to be organized?
I think, first of all, parents, they are role models for their children, and it happens unconsciously. So, first of all, parents should think about personal, no, забыла слово, personal example. And in addition, they can teach the kids to manage maybe to-do list, which can help kids to organize their time, because time in our fast-paced environment, it's very essential skill. And not only can it be helpful in their future, professional life, but also in their private life.
Okay, okay. And on what occasions do people need to be organized?
I think today people should be organized and prepared everywhere and to everything, be it vacation or something, events on the job. Today, people going traveling in the world should maybe check if they have to receive any vaccination before, I don't know, visiting some specific places, for example, in Africa or Asia. Um, or even going with a child outside just for play garden, just to be prepared for any occasions that can happen, especially with small toddlers.
Okay, let's talk about companies. Why some companies decide to take risks?
Um, Risky behavior can come across as something dangerous and maybe something negative. And while one companies can think about not to take risky behavior, others maybe do it because they want to enlarge their profits, for example, or maybe to excel in something special and to be better than others.
Okay. And do you think that people take risks more today in comparison to the past?
Yes, I agree with this statement because I think with the development of the internet and our sharing culture, where people share everything they do, and other people or people from all over the world can see it and just want maybe to repeat some these behaviors can be dangerous or addictive when people just don't know how to handle it in the right way.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Yes, it was a light version. I didn't ask some follow-up questions that the Katya blanked on. I mean, like German, Katya collected the questions, but some of them but there were some question marks. Yeah, because and then like the memory, yeah, maybe the memory faded when it the memory regarding, for example, this question, this follow-up questions, it
Well,
faded.
now I recognize that there was an additional question in the part one about cell phones. In what places people should avoid using cell phones?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I spoke about libraries and public transportation and places that it is forbidden, like maybe aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
Where it can be dangerous, can impact maybe some technical parts of the aircraft.
Okay, okay. So comparing, for example, your speaking performance now to your speaking performance during your last attempt at IELTS speaking during the actual exam, what do you think? Is there a difference?
Maybe a bit. I think in my original IELTS, I used one more inversion in my part two speaking. I don't remember where was it, but it was not only something. I don't remember
Yeah, but you've
where
used so many
what it
inversions.
is.
Like not only I know
Yeah, it
I've
was
used.
also no, not only no sooner. I think it was
Uh-huh.
no sooner when I spoke about the arriving to the Marine. So I told it no sooner had we arrived, then we turned to the yachts or something like this. I don't remember.
What
Um,
else is different? What else is different, for example?
um, no, I think it's pretty similar.
Pretty similar. Uh-huh. Okay,
Mhm.
so there is no discrepancy, right? There is no discrepancy. Yeah, like a lexical resource is so juicy. Like I've just I've tried to keep up with the pace, with your speaking pace, and especially like your language was just teeming with so many juicy
Mhm.
lexical beats. Like bustling city. I mean, like I wrote, I jotted down a lot. Like I jotted down a lot. Have an aptitude for, then crack some jokes. It happens unconsciously. Fast-paced. What was it? Fast-paced
Environment.
environment. Yeah. Then came across as is like
Yeah,
this is
process. I
actually this
like this
is
expression.
yeah, I think it's C2. It's like C1 or C2, that came across as dangerous. Then what else? I mean, like so many, like sleepy neighborhood, family oriented, kids oriented. Wow, yeah, that's a lot. And the same actually goes to your grammatical like range, like you've used emphasis. What I know about, right? Or maybe it was also what I like the most is then I wish, yeah, I wish they would be there. And then you have used a range of tenses, especially past perfect by the time, yeah, by the time we done. So do you remember the exact sentence?
Yeah, by the time we arrived to the yacht, our friends had already been there.
Yeah, great, great, great. And then there was like a lot of sophisticated ways to present examples. For example, be it something or something, yeah, be it or vacation. Yep, and I mean, yeah, this is just very, very, very very a very high command of English skills. Great, great. So, Katya, right now I'm all ears to hear your to hear about to listen. Yeah, we are all ears to listen to your IELTS experience, especially your experience towards seven for IELTS speaking. What helped you the most? What helped you the least? Right? What were some obstacles that you had to overcome to achieve the band that you desired? And just do not hold anything back. We are all ears, and we're just gonna just
Yeah.
lay it out.
So the last one, it was my fourth attempt of doing speaking session. And in three previous, I had 6.5 all three times. And I just thought to myself, why? What is going on? What I do in the wrong
Why is it
way
happening to me?
that I can't get seven? And first of all, I realized that, maybe it's my personal traits, but I have to prepare myself with ideas in advance. Because if I have a question and I don't know what to say, especially, for example, part two, so I feel I lost.
I feel low.
And I can't think about grammar or beautiful words or advanced vocabulary if I don't know what to say. So I decided just to prepare myself with all the ideas that I just can think about. And I went through all the topics, which was on the website, and just prepared myself. And just sit it at home and spoke out all the stories and all the answers.
Yeah, so
And
the pool
I
of ideas
think
is no longer
for
needed.
me, it worked because, for example, in my IELTS, I knew exactly what to say when I saw the cue card. I knew my story. And just
Beforehand.
I knew before, and I just used this minute just to think how to build my question logically, grammatically, and what sentences to use, and just to make some marks, just not forget, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you can forget.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I felt relaxed because I knew exactly what I'm going to say. So it was very helpful for me.
Yeah, yeah. So you had no problems
Uh,
with their
yeah, because in previous times,
with
like it
ideas.
was what I'm going to say, what I'm going to say, what I'm going to say. I don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm. You
This is,
juggle a lot of stuff at the
I
same
know
time.
that there are some people that it's easy for them to come up with the ideas,
On the
just
go.
a second. For me, it's difficult, so I knew it, and I decided to work on it very hard.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
for part one, they're very topic-specific questions, and sometimes you need to expand your vocabulary just to know how to speak about, like, maybe some simple and obvious questions about phone or about mirrors or chairs or whatever. But you need, to have in your arsenal some two, three nice words just to show that you
That you
can
love. Yeah.
manage
Yeah.
conversation about it. And that's what I did when I learned for part one, because sometimes you want to say something, but you don't know very topics related
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
vocabulary.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And part three, it's a discussion, and I have to say to everyone, because people don't speak like this. Uh,
Yeah. It's like a
People
kind.
usually don't speak like they want us to speak on IELTS. So I had to work on just to change my thinking,
Your
or
mindset. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and how to implement in every question some maybe collocations or grammar, um, advanced grammar, or I don't know, not to use simple sentences, but to use more complicated simple sentences using while and so on. And I work on it every day. for a few
Mm-hmm.
weeks.
Okay,
Um,
tell me, please tell me about the way you like the way like your insight into developing your answers in the third part that you shared with us. Mm.
yeah, it's remind me like a, a body paragraph of essay. You just have to speak not about yourself, but generally about people or approaches in the world. But it have to be like a body paragraph, an essay. It
Mm-hmm.
have to be, it's my insights. I feel
Mm-hmm.
it was like, you know, a speaking essay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you write in your writing session, just to speak it
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you have
to
like
give your opinion and then to explain it and then to expand it and then to give the example.
yeah.
Exactly like writing part.
Mm-hmm. So did it help
This
you
is the
to stay
best
on
way.
track of your speaking? Did it help you to stay on track? I mean, like with your ideas, did it help you to structure and structure and organize your
Yeah, of
response?
course, because I just we work on grammar, just how to implement more, more advanced grammar and to use the different inversions and conditionals. And I just went through the questions and tried to answer the questions using the advanced grammar, because sometimes you know what to say, but if you say it simple, like a street conversation, it doesn't work for IELTS. So I try to train my mind to speak like IELTS
Mm-hmm.
and to try to answer every questions with advanced grammar,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
just to search for the opportunity to implement it in my
Mm-hmm.
answer.
That's actually great insight that you have already a pool of ideas that you have gathered,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Mhm. And I had time, and for example, when we learn additional some advanced grammar structure, so I came back to the question and just I thought, how can I implement just to find opportunity to use it in my speech?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yeah. Like Katya once told us that the main problem when it comes to speaking for her was developing ideas, right? So what she
Yeah.
essentially did was like
Developing ideas, just to come up with the idea and then to speak it, in a wide
to be in
manner.
it, yeah, mm-hmm, yeah,
Yeah,
to
because
expand on it.
when I first saw all the questions, so my answers were yes, no, no, yes. Okay,
Yeah,
what am I
but it
going
doesn't
to
cut
do
it, yeah.
now?
Yeah, it doesn't cut it in when it comes to IELTS. Yeah. So the first problem was like maybe like our experience when it comes to talking at length, right? And organized and structuring your response. But then, like, okay, we managed this problem. Yeah, we managed this problem because you didn't have with enough training, IELTS speaking training, this problem actually, yeah, it got resolved. Yeah. But then, like it didn't have like so you've gathered your pool of ideas that you could tap into whenever it's like one question or the other pops up. Yeah, pops up, and then yeah, like there was no longer a problem for you, yeah. But, like there was like it was
Yeah,
no longer a
definitely.
problem for you because you didn't have to juggle a lot of stuff at the same time, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, with your ideas organized and stocked in your memory, yeah, you turn your
Yeah.
attention to grammar and vocabulary, right? Make
Some
it more
people can say
sophisticated.
that there is a lot of questions. Yes, there is a lot of, you can't remember everything, but the main, idea of the answers and some answers that can fit, different questions.
Mm-hmm.
Because about, let's say, this story of part two that I told, I could answer in at least five different cue
Mm-hmm.
cards of
Mm-hmm.
the list, because it can be tell me about the event that you thought maybe you can do, and then it happened. I don't know, different, yes. So when I went through the topics, I saw that some questions I can fit to different, cue cards.
Yeah, your
Or,
answers sort of you have a bunch of answers that are kind of
Mhm,
versatile, right? They fit a lot of
mhm.
context. They fit a lot of
Yeah.
questions. They fit a lot of questions, and you can just and you can use them. Yeah, use them to your own advantage, answering a lot of questions on different topics. That's the
Exactly.
thing about that's the thing about IELTS. That
And it's possible, like you said, so sometimes it's not only about the language or English because it's because I can communicate with less, advanced vocabulary with people.
hmm
But sometimes it's about knowing the structure of the exam and what the examiner anticipates you to say.
Yeah, what
Uh,
IELTS expects you,
uh,
to
exactly.
use to incorporate in your speaking performance because
Mhm,
seven, for example, when it comes to grammar, is not just error-free sentences. You need to show a variety of grammatical structures, right? And of course,
mhm,
having lexical resource is also it's not just you talking, for example, talking about some familiar topics. No, it's about you utilizing some topic-related vocabulary, right? Being precise and being, but at the same time being precise but natural, right? And judging, for example, by your speaking performance today, you have used so many. First of all, it was of course higher than seven. I mean, like so many grammatical structures. I guess I didn't use them. I didn't use so many in during my last exam. Yeah, and
maybe I should ask for breakdown and to see what they gave me for
mhm.
vocabulary.
Yeah. By the way, did you apply and did you ask for it?
Not yet, but I want to
We
do.
should, yeah, because I think yeah, there is an eight. There is an eight, either for lexical resource or grammatical range and accuracy, because it's not just seven anymore. It's higher than that. Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, so Katya, can you share just maybe like can you share a piece of advice for all those students who are maybe is right now struggling with their speaking and like yeah, what would you advise them to do?
First of all, it's doable. It's
Mm-hmm.
possible. Try try to keep on motivation, and if it's not motivation, so turn to discipline and
Mm-hmm.
perseverance, and that's all. It's all
Mm-hmm.
about training.
It's all about training. Yeah, it's all about training. Okay, so thank you very much, yeah, for this amazing
Thank you.
opportunity because it
Good
was
luck for everybody.
come again?
Good luck for everybody
Yeah, good
who's
luck to
taking
everybody,
IELTS.
especially those who
Mm,
need seven and higher, right? Seven and higher,
Yeah.
because yeah, like they like
For me, it wasn't not only seven on speaking. I don't know what other people need. Sometimes they need just overall score, but I needed not only overall score seven and higher, I needed seven in
yes.
listening and 6.5 in writing and seven in speaking. I mean, in every part, I had minimum score that I had to achieve. So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah, because Katya
big.
works in the medical field, and I guess the standards there like are very high that and you need to meet this criteria, or otherwise you will not
Because
be
I don't know,
admitted.
maybe some universities demand only overall score, for example, I don't know, seven. So students who, for the weak in speaking or writing, can maybe compensate in listening and reading.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
me, it didn't work.
Yeah, it was not an option. Yeah, it was not an option,
No, no.
unfortunately. Yeah, it was a very, yeah, like, just speaking frankly, it was a very hard, like a very difficult period, not just, not for, I guess for everybody, because so much is at stake. It's not just, like your whim, like to have seven for speaking. No, it's a requirement that you were expected to meet, right? And yeah, it was just like, it became the question of life or death, I guess. Yeah, like
Exactly.
at one point, it got so serious, and we're very grateful for I am very grateful for your work that you for your hard work that you did while preparing for IELTS, and we're very grateful for Karina for having Karina on board. Yeah, so thank you very much for participating. Yeah, I hope this will no
I
longer
hope
be
it
an
will help
issue
for
and
someone.
yeah, and this nightmare is over, right? And IELTS is no
Yeah.
longer on the cards, yeah, in the
No.
nearest future. Okay, bye.
Okay. Bye bye.